You heard about what happened with young Berg?
Yes. Choke out.
So allegedly what happened was Berg was drinking, his credit card was declined.
Okay. And she was the one spent up some shit.
And they went back to the room and, police came, she was beat up, she was choked. There was like some cuts on her face, I think other parts of her body, bruises and so forth. And of course, if you look at the comments, the first thing that's mentioned is, because he had the incident with Mano back in the day.
Did he? I didn't know nothing about that.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, what had happened was his chain was stolen.
Right, that
It was
Decepticon.
The Transformers chain was stolen. Trick was somehow involved in this chain snatching.
Okay.
Or his people were involved in this incident one way or another. The chain kind of went on somewhat of a world tour. It'll pop up in various photos and videos. I think Trick's kids was taking pictures with it and so forth. And then I think Mano had made some comments about it, and young Berg basically approached Mano in a somewhat aggressive manner.
Really?
Yep. And Mano put his hands on him.
I was gonna say he didn't know who Mano was.
I guess not. I guess not. And and he actually, and I, the one interview he did about it was, Berg. Berg actually spoke to me about it and said that he made a mistake with that, and he approached Mano incorrectly, and and he took responsibility for what he did. Mano basically said that I think he slapped him or something like that. So what a lot of people are saying is like, well, you didn't put your hands on Mano, but you put your hands on a girl, and this is all kind of culminating into a thing. But what's your take on this?
I mean, domestic violence is a bitch. Some people saying it's karma for the girl Masika trying to take Hazel man, so she even though that wasn't really a man and all this crazy shit. I don't know, I don't know, man. You don't need to be hitting these broads out here. You know what I mean? Well, first of all, she probably thought he was balling like that nigga Molly Mall. You know what I mean? That nigga looked like he got a lot of bread, that Molly Mall nigga.
I know Molly.
I don't
been to his house.
Yeah, I mean, fucking with wild animals and
he got
putting homegirl on the jet and all that type of shit. So he might have had her used to some shit that, although your man Berg probably got some paper,
and he might
not have paper like that.
Masika actually used to mess with Gucci. Gucci man. And, you can say what you want about Gucci, but Gucci was getting money back then.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is a woman who's now accustomed to a certain kind of lifestyle, you see, and you want to fuck with her. And although you might have paper, you might not have paper to that level.
Right.
Okay? Because I bet you these niggas' cards ain't getting declined. Okay? Because there ain't no fucking limit on the motherfuckers.
Right.
You dig what I'm
Black
saying?
cards and the such.
You see on such, where they'll just call you real quick and be like, oh, we see that you did some extra spending. We're just going to increase your limit. Or there is no fucking limit on the shit.
There is no limit on the black card.
So if you go from that to that, you see, you got to understand, look who you dealing with. Look what you did. And I don't know this girl's background or nothing. I'm not going to say she's a hoe or nothing like that. But there seems to be a pattern that she likes dudes in the music industry with money. You know what I mean? That's an established pattern. More than two is a pattern.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. Don't be surprised when the person you pick, you know what I mean, does some shit like that if she got a previous history.
Yeah, I mean,
And then when it happens, you can't put your hands on her, though. You got to be like, I'm not fucking with you no more. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I'm not fucking with you because all you're going to do is get me locked up. That's going to cost me even more money. You know what I mean?
Right.
You done max my shit out. I can't even credit card my way out of this bitch tonight now. Got to call Mona or some fucking body.